Hi everyone, welcome to Eden's Secret. This is just a follow-up from last night's video. I thought you might be really interested to know how to cost the ingredients only in a bar of soap. So what follows is just the ingredients, the cost of the ingredients. There are many other things that you need to take into account when you're doing a costing on something, but this just basically shows you how to work it out. Enjoy! Okay, I thought it would be a really good idea to run through the costings in each of the soap making from scratch episode, just to show you how to work out how much each bar cost. So, sorry I have a little croaky voice this morning. We're going to start with the measurement of cocoa butter on our recipe is 371 grams here. I paid £200 for 20 kilos. So £200 divided by 20 gives me £10 per kilo. Now we need to know the cost of 371 grams. If we type into a calculator 1000, because a kilo is 1000 grams, divide that by 371. That's not right. 1000 divided by 371 equals 2.69 blah blah blah. So I'm going to say about 2.7. So I'm going to write 2.7 on here. I need to remember that figure. And then I'm going to type in £10, 10.00 divided by 2.7 equals £10 divided by 2.7 equals £3.70. So the cost of our cocoa butter in this recipe is £3.70. I'm going to circle that because we're going to add up the calculations at the end. Right, the next one, make sure you clear your calculator, is the shea butter. I got my shea butter from the soapery. It was £31.95 for 5 kilos. So divide £31.95 by 5 will give you the price per kilo, £6.39 per kilo. So we need to type in 1000 again, 1000 grams, which equals a kilo. 1000 divided by 240 grams, because there's 240 grams in the recipe. .16. So I'm going to write 4.16 on here. And I'm going to divide 6.39 by 4.16. 6.39 divided by 4.16 equals £1.53. So the cost of our shea butter in this recipe is £1.53p. Olive oil, we've got 240 grams. It's £7.50 for 2 kilos, so obviously it's 2 kilos, divide 750 by 2, gives you £3.75 per kilo. And then 1000, again, divided by 240 equals 4.16. Well, now what we're going to do is divide 3.75 divided by 4.16, and that gives us a cost of olive oil in our recipe at 90p. So that's the cost of our oils there. We also need to do the milk. So we're going to say the milk is say £3 per kilo. I don't know how much the milk was because I didn't buy it, I was given it for free, but generally you're going to have to pay for milk. So right on here, goat's milk and sodium hydroxide. So say our goat's milk is £3 per kilo. Our sodium hydroxide is £7.50 per kilo now, because it's jumped right up in price. Clear this. Right, so what we need to do is divide, go back to your numbers here again. With your goat's milk we're doing 212 grams, so divide 1000 again, divide that by 212 equals 4.71. So write down 4.71, and we're going to divide £3 by 4.71. Giving us a price for the milk of 63 pence, and the sodium hydroxide is £7.50 a litre, so we need to divide 1000 divided by 108. That's the weight in grams, 108 grams divided by 108 equals 9.25, meaning we can get 9 batches of this recipe out of one bottle of sodium hydroxide. So I'll just write 9.25 down, clear that. So we're going to £7.50 divided by 9.25 equals 81 pence. So the sodium hydroxide in our recipe is 81 pence. So now all these circled results here, we're going to add those up. £3.70, add £1.53, add 0.90, 90 pence, add 0.63 pence, add 0.81 pence. That gives us a total cost for this batch of £7.57. That's how much the batch is costing us. Now what we'll need to do at the end, once we've poured our soaps out, we need to work out how many soaps we get and then divide £7.57 by the amount of soaps. Now I actually have already made the soaps, so I'm going to tell you that we actually got 10 bars of soap out of the batch. So 757 divided by 10 equals 75 pence. That's just the cost of your ingredients. Now I'm not going to go deeply into selling here, but doubling that cost for resale is nowhere near enough to cover, because all you're doing, if your bar is costing you 75 pence and you sell it for £1.50, take 75 off the 150 and you're left with 75 pence. That 75 pence, as we know, is only going to rebuy those ingredients. You haven't made any profit. In fact, you've actually made a loss, and the reason you've made a loss is because of everything else that needs to be taken into account. the fact that you might buy molds or utensils or equipment, fragrances, colours, computers, machinery, telephone line, labels, packaging, ink, a printer, any travel you might have to do in your car. Like, the list just goes on and on and on and on with the rest of the ingredients, equipment you need to buy to run a soap business. So I would say your cost for wholesale needs to be quadruple the 75 pence, or triple if you dare. I don't even think triple's enough, because that's going to give you 75p profit, but out of that 75p, then everything else needs to come off. Your paper, your card, your labels, your everything that I just rhymed off before. So you need to quadruple it for your wholesale price. So what would the wholesale price be on these bars? £3 for the wholesale price, because remember, we have used very luxurious, expensive butters in this recipe. You might be able to get the cost down if we're using some other ingredients, but as soap making from scratch goes on, we'll go into that. So I just thought, if we do that in nearly every episode, that's going to really help you with working out what your costings are and what your prices should be. Okay, it's time to unmold these babies. These 7 at the back, they're the ones I made by accident and forgot to put the olive oil, so they're going to be light heavy. These 10 here are the bars that I made that are the correct recipe, shall we say. But before we proceed, I just want to mention, when I was talking about all those costings and everything, over the last 17 years, I have seen like hundreds of soap makers come and go. They come and they seem to do very well. They sell loads of stock, and then all of a sudden they disappear. Same with shops. I think the issue is they've put all of that work in and they just haven't made enough profit to sustain the business, and you need to make enough profit to sustain your business, otherwise you're going to go out of business. Ooh, how pretty. It's got a lovely little one leaf logo on the side there. It says on the front, Flower Essential Oil Beauty Snap. I guess that doesn't go with a goat's milk soap, does it? Yeah, it does smell like cocoa butter. It does. I can't smell any ammonia whatsoever now. So yeah, it really is a shame that so many come and go, but just learn a lesson from those people who've come and gone. I mean, again, there's like your assessments and everything that you have to pay for in the UK and the EU. All that needs to be taken into account, and the list is practically endless for costings and the price of everything. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. It's obviously a lot lighter in person. It's a lot lighter after saponification, but it is a beautiful, rich, gorgeous cocoa buttery soap. So I'm dying to go and test this in the bathroom. It's going to make a nice photo, this. A really nice photo. So I'm going to need to put a mark on the ones that are lye heavy. And it's funny, they don't look lye heavy. I haven't got any tester strips either, pH tester strips. They got wet and so they ended up going in the bin. So what I'm going to do on these ones, I'm just going to put an X on the back. So I know these are the ones. Oh yes, it's very hard. It's rock hard, this soap. And if you were to cut it, I reckon it would be really, really crumbly. But it still looks okay, doesn't it? I'm going to dare to zap it with my tongue. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a bit tangy. Not something I'd recommend doing. The tongue zap test. Better off using, mind you, because I'm thinking you don't want to be eating lye, but apparently pretzels are dipped in lye. Did you know that? Or boiled in lye before they're baked. It's really surprising how many things contain sodium hydroxide. It's scary, really.